Me and Lawrence kind of watched the what was it, the Military Bowl? Tulane and Virginia Tech Hokies, my Hokies, pulled out a W, beat up on some Tulane. It was pouring down rain in was it Annapolis? We would have gone if it wasn't fucking pouring down for the past 2 days. A lot of turnovers. But Virginia Tech pounded the ball on the ground. I think Tulane's like top 5 in run defense, so it was pretty interesting. It was a good game.
It wasn't a bad game. I think it was one of those like no one saw Tulane losing, especially like seeing how the season has gone this whole time.
Yeah.
But on the other note, it was very clear that seeing Tulane lose once you saw all the players that were going to be out. So it was like a double-edged sword for Tulane for this game. We play it. Almost all our team is gone. The AD director decided to go take another job. I forgot where they said that he went. But it was a pretty big role, pretty big gig for him.
Yeah, first bowl win under Coach Pry. Definitely a big turnaround in Virginia Tech football. They've been down for the past couple of years, so it's a good thing for them. But moving on, we got some big bowl games to talk about. The New Year's bowls, not New Year's Eves. We want to first talk about Michigan, Alabama. Probably the more anticipated game. I would say most people are probably going to watch this one over Washington, Texas. ESPN 5:00. Make sure you're off of work if you have to work on New Year's, because this is going to be one hell of a game. Right now, Alabama is underdog by 1.5. Interesting. What do you think, Lawrence? Who's going to win this one?
So last year I picked Michigan to beat Georgia. Was that last year? No, I think that was the year before. I had Michigan to beat Georgia, and it didn't pan out. I watched Michigan get absolutely murdered by Georgia. So essentially, am I going to be a fool again and take Michigan to lose or to beat? Another SEC team. And well, I think I'm gonna do it. Give me the Michigan Wolverines to beat Alabama. There will be no sweet home Alabama on New Year's.
So you say, huh? Okay. I think I'm gonna go Roll Tide Nation. That's all we care about here, as that Drewski video. I think Alabama has this one. I think you gotta look at it like this: like, would Michigan beat Georgia? Probably not. So there's no way in hell they're gonna beat Alabama. Bama just beat Georgia. That's how I look at it. I think this is definitely. I think both teams are just gonna pound it on the ground. I don't think you're gonna see too much like quarterback play. I feel, even though Milroe can throw and McCarthy can throw a little bit, I don't think this is gonna be too much of like a pass happy game. I think it's just gonna be a little bit of defense here and there, some stops here and there, and then they're just gonna pound the ball on the ground. Where they're playing, in Pasadena. Okay, so it's gonna be fair weather, 63 degrees. So some decent conditions. 5:00. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bama. I'm going Bama. Roll Tide. The Alabama Invitational is called that for a reason,
I think Michigan has a lot of rewriting of their history to do in this game, so that's why I'm going Michigan. Michigan has a lot. It's a lot they have to prove and put on display for this game.
Fair enough. Especially Coach Harbaugh. He has a lot going on with the whole investigation. Plus, he has to figure out if he wants to stay or not. He has a contract on the table. I don't know if you saw it, but if he signs this one contract, he can't leave for the NFL, I think, in 2024 or something like that. I don't know. A bunch of stipulations in his new contract if he accepts. Second game on New Year's. Second of the big games, I should say. Washington, Texas. Sugar Bowl. Playing in the Superdome. Who do you got?
I think Texas wins it. I feel like this is just just like a Texas year. This Texas team is really good. I think that also the biggest part about this Texas team is that this Texas team really got hot, or kind of like exactly when it mattered in the season. Um, I think it was like up to 2 weeks ago. We could sit here and say like Texas can't blow anyone out. Texas can't beat anyone. Like the spreads they should, and then you just see the last two games that Texas has played, and they've just absolutely murdered the crap out of both teams that they played. Oklahoma State is ranked, and they beat the crap out of them. And Texas Tech, honestly, I didn't see it coming because Texas Tech has a pretty good defense. And they dropped 57 on them and only let them score 7. So basically, it was a big turnaround from the last weeks before that, and basically the whole season, in which Texas is getting all these spreads, and they're just not covering the spreads because they always just let games get close while keeping control, but still let the games get close, even though they shouldn't be getting close. I think it was good that Texas finally decided to to stomp on the throats of the teams that they play. But I also think Washington has never been not hot this season. So I do think it's a really good game. But it's just the fact that I just kind of had to give a little bit of the edge to Texas. And especially where the game is being held, I still kind of give that edge to Texas as well. Where it's being held just kind of gives a big disadvantage to Washington.
Oh, I agree. It's going to be hard to imagine a bunch of Washington fans traveling all the way to Louisiana. You got Texas fans who can just hop a state over. So they will have a little bit of a home field advantage, if you want to say so. 69% is going with Texas on the matchup predictor. That's probably a little bit too generous. I feel like this is definitely a 50-50 game. The over I would take because both teams can put up points if necessary, and Washington pretty generally just picks up 30 plus. So that's already one half of the over. And then you just got to hope Texas can bring the offensive firepower. They probably will because they want to get to the national championship game. So we will hopefully see the best of both teams. Michael Penix will be pissed that he didn't win the Heisman, so he'll have something to play for. He won't get the Heisman, but he'll get the national championship. That'll kind of seal the deal for him in his college career. Texas has been playing well, and we've said a couple times, like Texas just hasn't really, they kind of play around the food instead of just really just putting them away in the past 2 games. They've done what we asked them to do. Hey, once you up, just keep the pedal to the gas. Don't let these inferior teams hang around and thinking, that they're somewhat good, because you're at Texas and you're pretty good. So you need to let people know that. You got to remind them. So for all that being said, take the over. I would, if you feel in Washington, maybe take their spread because 4 is pretty good. They won a bunch of close games, so if they lose, it's going to be in a close game. It's not going to be a blowout. They can put up points. It's not like they, going to have any problem scoring. So it's probably just more so the defense. They will have problems with keeping Texas from scoring. I think that's my 2 cents right there. You plan on watching any other bowl games on New Year's? I mean, it's a full slate. New Year's is pretty much college football day.
Well, I'm going to be watching Iowa. Unfortunately for me, I don't believe Iowa's going to win. I don't see in what world Iowa can beat Tennessee.
How about that under?
I also don't believe in the under as well. I think Tennessee might. Oh, sorry. I think Tennessee just might put up way too many to make that under not happen, and Iowa tries to come back and make it a game. So I don't see this one being a very entertaining one, to say the least. Maybe the whole entertainment might be the over under. So maybe go that way. But I'll be watching just because I'm an Iowa Hawkeyes fan. Other games leading up until then that I've been looking at. Let's go to my little listy over here. So I'm really into the Pop-Tart Bowl tomorrow. North Carolina State versus Kansas State. I kind of have a big idea that Kansas State, regardless of North Carolina State being on a 5-game winning streak, I do believe that Kansas State will get this. Will win that game. I just feel like that's just a little bit. They should be just a little bit more favorited for that. Arizona versus Oklahoma in the Alamo Bowl. I do believe that Arizona will beat Oklahoma. Arizona is actually a 2-point favorite, but Gabriel for the Oklahoma Sooners, he's the quarterback. He will not be playing. So that just gives you like a big advantage over for Arizona, and Arizona doesn't need any advantages. I mean, they were supposed to be crap this year, and they turned out to be really good. So they don't really need anything to help out. Give me Clemson versus Kentucky and the Tax Layer Bowl or the Gator Bowl. Give me Oregon State, in my opinion, to beat Notre Dame.
Oh, okay.
Because what is it? Hartman will not be playing for the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. They're actually missing a lot of guys for Notre Dame not playing in the bowl game. I guess they didn't see fit that it was worth their time before the draft, which is fair. For the Cotton Bowl, give me the under in the Cotton Bowl. I haven't truly figured out who I believe. I kind of want to see Missouri win. I feel like it might be a Missouri year because Missouri's kicker is him. He's a good kicker, which can win or lose games. I haven't really seen Ohio State's kicker prove anything yet.
Mm-hmm.
But what I will say for Ohio State, I haven't seen them really lose themselves out of any game other than single one. But I feel like this is more of a punch each other in the mouth kind of game. That over at 50.5 is just kind of hard. They have it now at 48.5, so everyone's kind of in agreement with me that it's kind of going to go under, which I can understand. But I still think it goes under 48.5. Then you got the Peach Bowl. And for the Peach Bowl, I really do feel as if Ole Miss will give it to Penn State as being a 5-point underdog. So give me Ole Miss to beat Penn State. Ole Miss does not have many people sitting out. It does say that some guy is sitting out for Ole Miss. He's not even the main quarterback, so it doesn't matter to me. As long as Jackson Dart's playing, I think Ole Miss got a shot. Penn State just proved at the end of the season that they're beatable, especially against ranked teams. And then next, let's see, Georgia, Florida State. I think Florida State covers the spread. It is at 20 points, so I will say Florida State to cover the spread. And then last but not least,
no way you just said that. They're not going to put up 20 points. They suck with the quarterback.
Anywho, give me. Give me Liberty to cover the spread versus Oregon.
Ah, okay.
Liberty's 13-0. I know they're not that good. They're actually just not that good.
David and Goliath.
They haven't played anyone really, really that tough.
Yeah, that's true.
But the 17 points is 17 points. And I'm pretty confident Oregon's not playing like almost half their team. All right, Oregon, half their team's just not going. So, give me Liberty to cover 17. I think they can do it. I think they can cover 17. Especially Oregon's defense, who has been cooked at multiple times this season.
Yeah, this is true.
So, give me Liberty to cover the spread. Basically, just give me Liberty to do better than Colorado did. That's all I got.
It's kind of crazy how the number 8 team is playing the number 23. Like, that's a huge gap. Like, who decided that's okay?
I think that's what Oregon's thinking the same thing of. But honestly, I think it was more so Liberty went undefeated. So they're like, okay, you went undefeated. Let's give you some big boy, okay? Let's give you a big boy.
Let's see if you can beat these people, all right?
If you beat these people, then we'll think twice about what we gave you. we'll reconsider some things, but I'm okay with it. Let them go out there and prove themselves, or let them get murdered. One or the other. One or the other will happen.
Well,
you either prove something, or you'll get murdered.
Well, yeah, you're absolutely right on that one. Absolutely right. That's pretty much all the bowl games, and then of course the week after January 8th, we have the national championship game. We will cover that as we know the two teams that will be in it. So stay tuned. I think whatever episode we do next week, we won't record on next Monday. So next Wednesday we will preview that game. Yeah, I think that's it for rapid fire. Hello there, and welcome to the MTL Sports Podcast. Thank you for watching this video clip of one of our most recent episodes. Please drop a like, drop a comment in the comment section below, and also please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and also hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date with the most recent MTL Sports Podcast content. For those that don't know, we are also available on Spotify for those who listen audio only. Once again, thank you so much, and this is the MTL Sports Podcast. You whip up my appetite.